All right, guys, welcome to BTM Africa. My name is NYDJ. I'm sure you know who my guest is already, at least by reading the caption for this particular video. Welcome back to another season. I know it's been a long time, but we are back. And my guest is more or less the latest signee to BIM Nation. He's an MC. He does a lot of events. I mean, according to his CV, he has over 1,500. And I'm pretty sure that's a lot of money. Maybe I should be speaking to the Ghana Revenue Authority to actually start checking on how much he's paid in taxes for all these shows that he's done. MC Portfolio is my guest, and we are coming to you live from Steeman Heights and currently at the Heights Bar and Lounge. So welcome to BTM Africa, and let's get it started. All right, so I told you, my guest, David Germain Portfolio, latest signee to BIM Nation. You can see that at the back of his phone, actually. No, show it to the camera, show it to the camera. Let them know.
No, but
are you not proud to be a BIM native?
I'm proud to be affiliated with the Reigning Artist of the Year. Yes, and so that relationship is something I really value and
no,
hold in
you are
high
not. You are
esteem.
not answering my question. Portfolio, you know the platform on which you are sitting.
Yes, boss.
Are you not proud to be a BIM native? You are. I mean, the mere fact that you even have this at the back of your phone.
Okay, so this is one of the many other merchandise that was gifted to me by Dr. Louisa.
Okay.
And so, of course, what would you expect? I have to let her know that I do appreciate the souvenir she brought.
So you appreciate and you are proud of the fact that you're a BIM native.
Who wouldn't be proud associating with
so why I don't know
one of Ghana's? But no, don't you make. It's my relationship with, because to be a BIM native, you have to be a dues-paying member,
oh, really?
a meeting attending
member. So all
member.
of them are paying dues. They are
attending dues-paying member. You have to be part of their meetings and all that, and that is not part of me. Yes, so it's just me and Stonebwoy, and I value that.
It's just your relationship with
Stonebwoy. Yes. So if by way of that you want to tag me as a BIM native, I no ball. Yeah, I no ball, boss. All
right, that's not the setup for our conversation. We will get there in the later parts of our conversation. But I mean, Germain Portfolio, when we talk about MCing in the Ashanti region, obviously when you Google or whenever you do, your name stops as one of those individuals. That's something that a lot of people would typically not have thought of MCing, you know, events and all that, because typically in our society, see, but now it's become a profession. You graduated from KNUST. Why did you take up the MCing job as a whole profession?
Well, I think I've always said is passion turned to a profession. I think one of the cocaines that we fail to realize is the fact that something that you do effortlessly can be converted into a revenue generating, avenue for you. And so I'm someone who, from infancy, in the midst of my past, has always been the life of the party, the go-to guy. Everywhere I enter, I'm supposed to bring a certain level of light over there. I like to engage people. I like to network, and I like public speaking. It stems from a family trait. My father has always been a congregational head. And so yes. And then if you study the trajectory of our family, leadership position is the basic of anything we will pursue when you go to school. And so it runs through the family. And so I think I'm the only one who has been lucky to have converted it to a profession in an era where light or attention has come into that space. And so, yes, that is how come. It came naturally. It turns out to be that everywhere you are, in the midst of your friend, when they want anyone to tackle anything that has got to do with public speaking, then everyone points towards you. So at a point in time, I had to realize, no, this can be a cocaine for me. And then
it could be a money-making venture for you.
Certainly, because we started from, like I said, taking up leadership position from the basic level through to the university to the national service level. And so I stand before mammoth crowd and deliver speeches and all that. But as to whether I was going to commercialize it, it took someone to put my attention to it, that, you know, this thing you are doing is a money-making, trade that you are just doing for the
you
passion
should be
of
paying
it.
some royalties to that individual.
Yes, certainly. And so it started off from SS. When I was though an executive head, SLC executive head, yet I was the same person who had to, anchor most of the events that we were doing and all that. So yes, it went there over to the university and basically all that. So I think I charted my own part, and then nature made it happen. I'm unable to tell. Yes.
Does it pay though? I mean, I hear people say, Charlie, I didn't hear any free, because you can see maybe at a friend's event and Charlie, they want you on it. That's how it starts on campus. Maybe some SRC week or hall week or, you know, faculty something, and you have to be on it. How did this start actually? Like, was it something that you ever thought of, say, Charlie, I've gone to the university, but this is what I want to do?
No, I've always wanted to be a lawyer and a broadcaster. I mean, I remember watching John Germain on TV, and whilst he presents Alotigo, I mean, that was one of the most flagship entertainment shows we've ever had in Ghana. I wanted to be like John Germain so badly. So you mentioned David Germain portfolio, and you know the Germain
is coming from.
Yes, emanates from him.
I mean, interesting.
Yes, he's someone it was just a delight to watch him on TV. I would mimic virtually everything he does when he's on TV, and I'll put myself in his shoes, like me being the presenter and all that. So I've badly wanted to be like John Germain, so badly, dressed like him. I remember during my matriculation at KNUST, I mean, my other brother, Nana Jantua, told me to ask anything. What do I want for my matriculation? I think there was something much more important that he was expecting me to ask. I said I wanted a suit. That's like, is that a priority for you right now? You're going to school and you want a tuxedo.
Yeah.
That's what I asked, and he told me, you are not serious. All because I wanted to look like John Germain on campus and pose like he is and all that. So I just wanted to be a broadcaster. Yes, I've always loved the idea of being in the limelight. That one day, me, I'm very exhibitionistic. Like, I like exhibition, you know, very exhibitionistic. So anywhere I go, I don't want to leave the room without people realizing our portfolio at Bahako. So I've always been like that. So yes, I think yes. But on the tangent of being an MC, like I said, I think nature found this way of making me realize this. Yes, so I didn't have someone like who put me on as an MC or something. Yes, as a media practitioner, yes. But as an MC, I just have to capitalize on the social networking in the media to, chatter a path for myself.
If it's just tuning in, you're live on BTM Africa. My guest is David Germain portfolio. At least it's made you know where the Germain actually came from. So now you understand and know where it's coming from. Inspirations are very important, especially for us in this particular space. Now, you have done this over the years. Somebody will say, every job has its own challenges. Every job has its own, advantages. What are some of the positives to what you do as an MC? Because I'm sure there are people who now look up to you and say, listen, I want to be like portfolio. Just as you looked up to John Germain, there are people who say, Charlie, I really want to be like him. I like the fact that he's everywhere, like almost every show, and he's making all the money. I'm sure.
That's why we make those I all come chasing me. All the money for.
No, I mean, the fact is, listen, if he wasn't making money, you wouldn't be wasting time doing this, moving up and down.
Yeah,
but
certainly.
What are the positives to this that you do, so that somebody out there knows that, listen, I can also do it? Because me sure at first, there's all cost you be back per se. Charlie, besides Juma Ben, I also me MC. One have a
Bema the number few no Juma Ben.
So I MC. So
yeah.
So now there's some positives to it.
Certainly.
What has been some of the advantages?
Certainly, I've always said I couldn't have seen myself in a 9-to-5. The way I like to explore, the way I like to make new friends and network, and so the first office is the networking. I've had the opportunity to make people that ideally, if I was trying to pursue my BSc, I was trying to use my BSc, I wouldn't have met on a regular. I mean, like you. I mean, yes. Like NY, and I'm here because of this same. And so these are some of the MC privileges. I'm here. I'm on BTM Africa because maybe you think I'm one of the household name in the profession. The people you get to meet and the goodies that comes with it, you kind of become, how do I put it? Like the go-to person anytime discussion around this comes. I get in it, and you get to network with quality people, and people get to position you a certain way, and it also gets to be a check system for you morally. The fact that now you're in the public light, and so you can't move just like any other person. So ideally, there are some things naturally I enjoy doing, but I'm much more calculated because of the nature of my job. And the job also stems on integrity. If you want to do and do it well, it borders on integrity. It borders on public image. It borders on delivery. It borders on trustworthiness. And so even if naturally you are not like that, by virtue of the job, it checks you to be more particular.
It whips you into line.
Yes, your social capital. Who are you working with? What kind of people are you working with? If you are a particular kind of way, what are you displaying on social media and all this kind of. So apart from the networking, it's also a moral check. And it's also fulfilling. I'm just happy. I remember, I mean, we have a strong connect to Prudential Bank. I would say it's a family line. I mean banking institution for us. But I never saw myself in there. That would be the softest protocol I can have to work in such an institution. Anytime I have always said that I felt fulfilled gaining 1 cedi for moderating an event than being paid as at that time 2,000 Ghana cedis as a graduate working in the banking sector. I derive some level of joy anytime I'm able to anchor an event and the compliment that comes with it and the kind of people you're able to meet. So it was a therapy for me. Okay. So aside the numerous advantages, it's a therapy for me. It's a therapy for you. Naturally.
It makes you feel fulfilled. I mean, when you're able to deliver,
naturally,
you're actually called and you deliver.
Naturally.
What has been some of the disadvantages? I mean, in our space, they keep talking about, one of the things that they keep talking about is girls. I don't know, women.
And that's supposed to be a disadvantage? Not on this side.
Not on your side?
Yes, because now, one of my, so tactically, I am deliberate about making much more female friends because I can say confidently
they bring the job.
60% of my wedding gigs come from recommendations.
I'm not talking about that side.
Okay,
I mean, they talk about...
Yeah, you get to meet pretty girls. It's part of the advantages. You get to meet girls.
And you get to
pretty
eat girls.
You get to...
I said...
No, you get to get varieties of girls.
Oh, yes.
To choose from if you want a prospective suitor. I get in it, yes.
But apart from that, money, I
know, yeah. So, I'm one of the people who believes that there are many other uses of ladies apart from making them sexual tools. I really milk from my relationship with ladies aside sexualizing them because these people are cash cows. Only if men knew that if they zip up and are able to keep healthy relationship with ladies, ladies are cash cows. But people don't know. They only care about... they only care about, like, unzipping.
But have you not had that occasion where you've had to unzip? Like,
I mean, I'm a guy. Right. It has to be consent. Mutual consent. Of course,
I mean,
yes.
We are not talking about rape.
Yeah, however, I'm not taking advantage of the fact that I am an MC. It's because there's a vibe.
You also like the person.
There's a connection.
How often do you do that?
No. Let me say this on authority. I've never capitalized on my work to, as it were, hit on any lady.
Take advantage of ladies.
But if the vibe happens naturally and like you fall into, because I've seriously dated ladies I met in line of business, and that was not to say I am just taking advantage because I just want to sleep around, because they fit into my ideal kind of woman, and we went out.
Unfortunately, they don't last.
Because there's expectation. Some see you a certain way. Some expect the relationship to go a certain way. Some expect, and the nature of my job, I am not the 30 minutes on phone kind of person.
You're always on the move.
I get in it. So I feel, you should understand when a test should be manageable. Then maybe I'll follow up with call later or not. But you see me around other girls and your cocoa pie, then that's going to be a problem. So that has been my problem all this while. Yes, so I've not been lucky with long-lasting relationship, amorous relationship.
So as it stands, you are single?
No. Yes. For the past 4 years.
You've been single for the past 4 years?
Yes, 4 years.
But you've not been celibate for the past 4 years.
I've been single for the past 4 years. I think that's the operative discussion.
And I'm just asking, but you've not been celibate for the last 4 years.
I've been single for the past 4 years.
Okay, celibacy is a thing that not too many people can actually do, so it's understandable if it says, I mean, we can just, use celibacy instead of being single.
Me from job bed. I know they go out.
That's nice. So that's some of the disadvantages of the job he does. I mean, there are so many people that come around you, and so everybody also thinks that you are cheating or you have too many girls, so they don't want to be with you. Oh, that's one of the.
And I think it's also the one I've later realized is in my current status in the job, the fact that people tend to, like, usually when you're introducing me, you were mentioning my archives of events that I've done and all that. I remember every annually I chronicle all my events I've done in the year, and I put it out there. Someone in their head has calculated the colossal sum I've gained if they should at least peg every event at it, and asking me, some come asking for ridiculous loans because you are in a position to give them. Because
but I mean,
in their head,
where are you keeping those monies? What are you using that money for?
But come on, it doesn't mean I don't have priorities. If everyone should bank every amount, every penny they receive in their wallet, then everyone will have some money sitting somewhere. So you know, as if I've done events, and mind you, in this line of business, everything you see is not money. Some pay in kind.
Yeah.
So if you see me, yes. So that is, and sometimes that is one of the admonishment I give to the youngins who think it's about money. There are some relationship. If you are taking money, I think you would have done yourself doom, because I've built some very good relationship. Some places where it would have taken queues to enter, just on a speed dial, you are able to, because of some rapport and all that. Yeah. So people shouldn't necessarily assume that because you see me on all platforms, they are all paying some colossal sums and all that, I get in it. And so it comes with the financial pressure, family, friends. You are the go-to guy for everything, and that is also one of the things.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You know, I know a lot of your celebrities who sit in front of camera, smile, go home and cry. Yeah. And it does happen. I mean, I know a lot of them.
You can't even seek help.
Yeah,
it's very difficult to seek help.
It's true, because I mean, there are moments I talk to people, I'm like, "Chale me here, Joe." I'm saying, now they're a bit to me to now they're Juma being beamed down here. Right. That thing, it does happen. But let's move away from, I mean, portfolio as the MC, as that corporate guy who's running all the events, who's running, parties, corporate stuff, and all that. Let's look at industry. That's a whole industry on its own, which we're moving away from. Let's look at industry. Not too long ago, you had your own issues with Shatta Wale. When we talk about Kumerica, you've been very instrumental, playing more like a lead role PR-wise for almost all the artists and pushing.
Coming from you, then I'm humbled.
Pushing a setting. I mean, there's no way we can talk about Kumerica and not mention portfolio, because obviously we're in there, and everybody will mention that. But along the line, you sort to have had your own issues with individuals who you were helping. I remember during the 3 Music Awards, you had to release a statement, and they came out to say it's not coming from us. Yeah,
one of the most embarrassing moments in the pursuit of this whole American agenda. Very embarrassing. In fact, I've not still gotten over the embarrassment till date, because if you knew, definitely I'm the go-to person when you want to echo something to the industry, and I've always said that. At a point in time, you see, I've patched up with them on these things, so sometimes revisiting it. But the fact of it is, when the industry wanted to spit on the whole movement, tagging it as a impressive, we needed to deliberately create an organogram around it to decorate it. That is how come some of us stepped in and played that role as a PR, because the industry respect things that looks like it's organized.
It's organized, yeah.
I get in it. And so all these things, it's not as if someone give me an appointment letter to run that role, but to decorate it in the eyes of the mainstream media, we had to do this. And anytime you guys wanted to echo anything to the mainstream media, you need definitely I was the go-to guy. You come tell me something, I put it into writing, and you come back to deny that it doesn't reflect your views and all that. But they were all the learning process, and then they happened.
So at least you've managed to learn from that.
Oh, certainly. I'm not preempting issues. Sometimes too, I wouldn't be the Ajimai. How do we say it? Is it Ajimai?
Ajimai,
Yes. Yeah.
Okwaji,
Yeah. So sometimes I know some of you. I learn. I'm inspired by some of you and how you move a lot. But you have always. My approach to the industry has always been quite radical. Maybe now I was a bomb in me and Kasamiye. So sometimes I now understand how you move the way you move sometimes. But I've disagreed with you on how you move because I didn't understand because I was still, yes, I mean, growing. And now I've gotten to understand, say, sometimes I say, boy, man, on my chair, and so man in my hand. And you have to be calculated.
Sometimes
people will
you
use
just need to take a chill pill.
Yes, people will use you for their benefit and come back to play like you. So, yes, it's a learning process and all that. But then,
talking about learning process,
Yeah.
Recently you also had another one with Shatta Wale. This is somebody, I mean, you had worked with when he was in Kumasi for the Kumasi project with the artists. You were leading the whole conversation. You were with him, moving all about and all that. And not too long ago, you posted on social media that he had blocked you. And you seemed surprised at that.
Right.
And you actually had to share a post. Somebody called it a thesis. You had to just share a very long thing on Facebook about why he had blocked you. You didn't understand. Some people have said, listen, this is something you could have just reached out to him in the back or reach out to Sammy Flex, who's the manager. But why post it on social media to get all those,
Yes, that was because I didn't want to believe the narrative out there that people were saying to be true. Because I know
what was the narrative?
The narrative out there that Charlie, right now I'm not sure say your man there, then you go there so after you push agenda give Stonebwoy. And I definitely knew the backdoor message that Sammy Flex has sent me that Charlie, focus on what you they do.
Sammy has also come out
but he didn't deny that there wasn't. He has never denied that there wasn't any such message.
But I mean, he feels like, listen, I mean, there was no need for you to post because industry radio amount for blocking, amount for DBR.
So why Shatta Wale blocking me shouldn't be news? When people, of course, I've always been the go-to person if anyone wants to channel anything to him. And the fact that in a long while he's not been answering some of his tests, and the fact that the same account is what he sent me message on. I getting it. I was to debunk that narrative out there that perhaps our relationship has been mad because of the Stonebwoy agenda. I was going to talk about the Safa album and tag him, only to realize that you have been blocked. When did this happen and for what? So that is not my issue. Is not the blocking. If I had the reason, then I understand where it's coming from.
So you were seeking for the reason for
him
that actually blocked you.
Yes. So I just like. So if you really, you really go through what I said, I was like, Shatta wouldn't do this without releasing a reason. And releasing this statement was meant to seek the rationale behind this. Because
this is something you could have, just like you could speak to Sammy, or you feel that was not the right way. I'm for say you've said it that you are the type who always wants the attention and all that.
Oh, but it doesn't bother around.
People felt like this was one of those moments where portfolio, he wants to get all the attention.
My 90% of everything, my state of mind, everything, it's part of my brand too. My page is 90% me. Every life I live on my socials are the same life I live in reality. And so my page amplifies everything, my state of mind and everything. However, this is an issue that borders around industry interests, not just those involved. People outside should get the notion that Intiampa only Shatta. See, so the life we are living is not for us alone. We have people who are interested in every step or every move we make. And so since it's a public interest, I have to make it a public issue as well. Because someone is out there working with the notion that portfolio are selling Shatta Wale out. And remember, I have been bruised. I have been brutalized because of miscommunication around this same person. I hope you are in the known.
Yeah, I mean, when they came to shoot
I get it because miscommunication has gone out there. That many Asakafu are home because Asakafu say they don't want Wale to be involved in to be a glory picture in the Comerica movement. So why is he trying to force himself in? And so I deliberately had planned out with them to take him to Krofrom so that the mafias over there. And it went. That is why people attacked me. So anything about me and Wale should be made public so that those, delusional, some of his delusional fanatics will not capitalize, because these are people who will do something who will hurt you in his name. The reason why I managed this whole brutalization issue on me was because the media was going to project it in a different light and make Wale the bad person. That is why it took me a long while to come and say that, look, even in the midst of this, he still showed me some level of kindness and love. And so I have to publicly let people know that whatever conversation might be going on that I'm not aware, please, it's not how it is. So publicly, let's tell the people what is happening. Have I offended you? Have I said anything back? Because the last time I checked, if you go on the socials and anything that has trended around Shatta Wale, it has been positive coming from me. And how I'm making people realize that the Charles Niyama as a person and Shatta Wale as a showbiz figure are two different things, and I've encountered both of them.
That's something I've always said, and I know a lot of the Shatta fans have had issues with me, but on every occasion I've said that if you experience Charles Niyama on the other side, I've said he's a comedian, like he's a very funny guy, he's a very
amazing entertainer,
person, he's a very lovely person. But when it comes to the Shatta Wale,
yes,
that's the mad one. Like that's the rowdy one,
the monstrous figure and all that.
You want to post
so
it.
That's the
maybe
only
you just need to live those different lives to be able to cut it through. But at the end of the day, you got your answer as to why he had blocked you. Were you satisfied with that?
And what is the answer? I'm still trying to get it. That's my.
He said he had blocked you long time ago, but you didn't know because you had done blah 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 certain things. So
this came to me as news. I've done what? Because we had.
Did you seek to find out after that? Like from
no, because like I'm saying, he's not someone I chat with on the regular. But we have held deeper conversation anytime he called or anytime we had any form of encounter. I getting it. And as recent as 2 months ago, we had lengthy conversation. Yes, where like Abro was in the picture as well. He was in the know.
So Abro's own was not a lie.
No, it was not a lie. That no, you see, basically,
I'm sure somebody is wondering what did Abro say. Abro actually said that you wanted to speak to Shatta Wale and he had to call, do a conference call or something, so you were able to speak to Shatta Wale to sort out some issues and all that.
But if I wanted to speak to Shatta, I have straight access to him. Why would I call Abro? Abro came into the picture because now he seems to be like the damage controller for the Shatta brand. He seems to be, and now by way of this, he has confessed that he's on the payroll of Shatta because just when he came from a South Africa, Switzerland trip, sponsored by Shatta, was when he came to the studio to do that.
Oh, his trip was sponsored by Shatta?
He said it, yes. He said Shatta had, yes, he was coming from a trip from Switzerland and South Africa. And Shatta,
I heard him say big shouts to Ike the Unpredictable and then Don Simon and all that, but I didn't hear
he said in the video, you can revisit the video.
Oh, okay.
And the fact that we had planned, because we seem to be the people that Shatta Wale aligns with in the mainstream media now. So we talk a lot because we are on the same show. After the show, we have lengthy discussions.
That's on Angel FM.
On the Angel FM every now and then. So we are having Charlie. Shatta was something didn't call me Chromebook so. Now I'm like Charlie Eba na wako MC. So we discussed that. So Abro and I have discussion over Shatta Wale. That is not to say I'm a Shatta movement, but he is a Shatta movement person. But my level of allegiance to Shatta was what he did for my boys.
That's the Kumerica
boys. And so I have never on any day declared permanent allegiance to Shatta movement and its agenda.
So it was the people out there who perhaps
assumed that my relationship with him via the Kumerican thing. Obviously, I'm SM. That is how come you also describe me as a beam native. I wanted you to qualify it better because if by virtue of how I value my relationship with Stonebwoy, you want to classify me as a beam native, that's fine. But it is...
I mean, let's look at this.
Right.
I know I'm cutting in from the Abro conversation and all that. But right from there, you talk about the fact that your relationship with Shatta was based on, whatever he had done
for you.
Just when he had told you that he blocked you because of ABC, moments later, you announced your affiliation to BIM. And people are like, were you just waiting to jump ships? Or what was it? Or you've always been a BIM native under G and hiding behind, Stonebwoy deserved the Artist of the Year. And that's why you moved in that direction.
Yeah, so I seek for reason why he wants me out of his circle by way of blocking me. He has told me my portfolio is no good. And so it means I'm not welcome in his circles anymore.
He doesn't want to have anything.
That is the definition of blocking someone and answering to people that is why I blocked him. And so that is not to say I am going to tear down the Shatta brand to elevate Stonebwoy. I have never done that. Even when you think all odds were against you in Ashanti region, when you have had problem with one of the people who put me on, your brother DJ Slim, I have constantly been the one who has always stepped in for you in the mainstream media. And now you are telling me I'm not welcome in your space anymore. And look, someone that coincidentally is debated to be your arch rival in the industry has given me every room that he values what I have done for him and has opened his arms to me, giving me my biggest spotlight in my career. And see, Sebi, what prevents me from also showing the person that for what you have done to me, I'm reciprocating this all out for you now, because
by now declaring that.
And so, like I'm saying,
I mean, couldn't you? One of the questions that has come to mind is that couldn't you have still? I mean, you've shown Stonebwoy love and support. Everybody has seen it.
I think I had series of admonishment from seasoned people who told me that yes, there was still a way I could have.
Because it made people feel like, nah, this guy, his loyalty can't even
be questioned. Yes, and I understand people on that side. However,
were you emotional around that time?
Very well, because people knew there was no way. People knew how. See, 2 weeks before, and you see the reason why I can walk chest up and shoulder high to say that I won't blow my own, but allow me that I'm one of the most candid people you can ever have around, is because if you listen to our bro, he said we were on phone call and I was telling Shatta what he expects me to do that I won't do because I can't do straight, because you have issues with DJ Slim and Nandi Dusty. These are my godfathers, and you have issues with them. These are two elephants. I can't come in to defend you, even when I'm on their platform. The only thing I'll do is, if the thing is true and they are talking about it, I can only try to, mild the situation, but I cannot, as it were, defend you when it's indefensible. And if you listen to our bro, he said, now, please, let me show you. This is supposed to be a confidential, but it's a harmless confidential message between Stonebwoy and I, which maybe you won't read it out, but just to let you show things I told Stonebwoy that I equally don't like about him. When he, yes,
interesting.
Yes, so you can read. I stated him clear why I was still pushing the
artist
of the agenda. But you're deserving Anna as the most hard-working artist. I am going to refund all monies that I have been booked for event for 2 weeks, fly over to Accra to do this for him. But I disagree with you on many things. Is it evidential, boss? Exactly what I told Wale. So I'm not two-faced person, Rappenny. I'm not a two-faced person. So if I am affiliated with you, that doesn't mean I'm going to sing your praise. I'm going to be a praise singer every time. And 2 weeks before BTM,
sing my name.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
2 weeks before, I was the most hated person in the Beam camp. 2 weeks before. Because there had been an erupted issue where I constantly said that there are things that I disagree with Stonebwoy, and that is a minus to him. So that issue came 2 weeks before, but I said that for this year, if there's any hard-working artist who deserves more than just an artist of the year, I am going to champion that thing for him. That is me.
And you did very well on that, I must say. I mean, you were one of the people standing against thousands who were actually rooting for King Promise.
Humbled.
And at the end of the day, Stonebwoy won. And he's shown so much love for that. I mean, he brought you on stage to actually acknowledge all the efforts you put into that. I understand that I'm blank check. OJ.
No. And I'm glad that he confessed it, because after...
Maybe our kind just in front of camera. We all do this sometimes.
And yes, or the mommy say I made you. Say the mommy I made you.
But at that time,
because this time around it's not stemming. I say
from what happened immediately.
Yes, I getting it.
But at that time,
I'm going to. You see, I'm someone who do things passionately. So anything that seems like I have been cushioned to do it financially, I lose how organic I want to do it. And so there were a lot of offers that I turned down. That immediately I touch money, my moral right to go all out to vanish. That is how I operate. So if now Stonebwoy comes and Stonebwoy CGW, down there I'll take.
People are saying this whole person will do 2 coin any day.
Who wouldn't want to associate now? No, someone. No, Stonebwoy's brand there. Even indirectly, I tell him that indirectly, the way his brand is feeding me. I remember I've gone to series of closed door meetings with people I didn't know. They just want to see me around, like maybe Steamer Heights right now. Dine with me, and you will go, oh, the UEFA for. Yeah, was social media by Nkasa, but we really loved what you did for Stonebwoy. Stonebwoy nim no babia, obia nim no babia. I remember when I was
just like fans of Shatta Wale would do certain things because they love Shatta Wale.
They love Shatta Wale.
Same way people are.
I get
are
it.
showing
And
love
if I'm associated with Stonebwoy, and Stonebwoy says, I'm going to do Beam concert in America. Come make you go. I say, oh, because I'll go, Papa. It will be a privilege to work for Stonebwoy in whichever capacity.
Guys,
I'll do, Papa.
This is BTM Africa. My guest is David Germain Portfolio, and we're having a conversation around his life being an MC, and of course, you know, controversies that have come out between himself and Shatta Wale and his affiliation to Beam Nation as it stands now. Now, you said that the fact that you are aligned or affiliated to somebody doesn't mean you'll be blind to their negatives and wouldn't speak to it. Now, moving forward, people have said that, okay, let's see how this is going to pan out. Are you still open to work with other people, or for now, it's just you and Stonebwoy?
My first biasness in the industry, which I'm confident to say because I've openly declared that I'm biased, is anything that revolves around Kumasi and Ashanti region. I've always said, so that one I'm biased. If you want my opinion on something that borders around any Kumasi creative, I'm biased. Apart from that, I've worked for and with many other creatives. That is why I'm saying it's fanaticism that is creating the make-believe that so far as I'm now associated with Stonebwoy, automatically anything Shatta is out. So what I'm going to do henceforth is that I will not tear down Shatta Wale when I'm eulogizing Stonebwoy or talking positive about Stonebwoy.
But you've never done that.
Yes. So the whole impression now is now that okay, and he said on Stonebwoy and Shatta Semba Obeka because it's worth it.
But now if you do so too, people will think that they are just trying to save faces.
No, because look.
So that's the risk.
No, because I have been victimized in the brutal, how these fanatics move. I'm talking about fanatics.
So would you now say that, listen, anything Shatta, I won't even get there because whatever the fans will say, that's what they will say. So now, I mean, I just won't even get into conversation.
I will have to be circumspect about issues that borders around both, especially when it has got to do with both of them. But if individually, Shatta made an exploit, for the industry's sake, I have to
comment. He does something bad.
That is what I'm saying. That even as at the time of the blocking, I was posting the Safa album. Now that he has blocked me, I have still posted it.
If he does something which people call, I mean, you see as bad, but he said he has his own rules. In his rules,
he's always right.
He's always right.
There's no reason why I love Charles Niyama, but I can't be an SM person.
Okay.
Yes.
People, David Germain Portfolio has been my guest. As we wrap up, what do you tell these fanatics? I mean, what do you tell? Can we have a space where people can express themselves freely, especially because as fanatics, they are also able to express themselves? Do you think they tend to cower people into certain corners where people can't express themselves any longer?
So there is the local balance, a popular local balance that goes on here. On tier photo, sometimes and then too much imiti a janai, bedroom. And so it came to me as a shocker when I saw Shatta is still insisting on this. I'm always writing because I know how he moves. He's someone who sells through social media a lot. He monitors everything, and so some of the criticisms that go, the objective one, I know that he assimilates it low key, but maybe wouldn't come out to agree that, or sometimes he will use his kind of radical way to disagree with you, but I know deep down, and I trust the management around him, Sammy Flex, that they really know that some of the objective ones that come from certain objective people are worth it, and so they take it into consideration. Fanaticism has been a blessing to the artist brands in question, but has been a bane to the industry. I mean, in such a way that why wouldn't we as one people celebrate the wins of anyone irrespective of what they represent, whether the genre of being native? And it's pathetic that when Shatta Wale featured Beyonce, which is supposed to be a big highlight for our music industry, and maybe a Stonebwoy fans say, or no crying shia and try
I just saw I've forgotten the artist, one of the American female artists released the track list
Jordan Sparks.
Jordan Sparks, and it features Stonebwoy.
Yeah.
And I saw certain comments saying, "Na Stonebwoy they are the Papa
I getting it.
That's because
that is how fanatics.
fanaticism,
So always, I hate to bring Nigerians in the conversation, but we find a way to bring them in because we wouldn't be hypocritical and say that Davido and Burna Boy don't have their difference.
Oh, yeah, they do.
But let it come about Niger. And even if you have to patch up and make Niger proud or make money together, we will do it and come back to disliking each other.
But let's not forget that they still have that thing happen too. I mean, maybe we don't loud it, but it still happens. Like the video might feature and other fans will go and write all the rubbish around it.
But here is becoming much more destructive. The fact that we should celebrate moments.
It happens everywhere too.
I mean, Sarkodie does a feature with Atlantic Record, Bob Marley, and Shatta fans come to say we'll feature Samai, and in Sark Nation we also do that too. And so we are unable to celebrate moment together. I remember it nearly cost Sarkodie his relationship with Wale. Yeah. If you remember, one of the fans said that Sarkodie has given Wale a career. And so far, it's Sarkodie that I've seen come out to, as it were, rubbish a fan's opinion, trying to please him. That there is always that one stupid fan who's always trying to ruin. So this should be the position of the army or the fan base generals. And so yes, for some of us, we continue to be us first, entertainment journalists first, before affiliations and all that. And that is how we are going to operate and moving forward. We're
going to continue to be journalists. And not fanatics, and not allow fanatics to actually call us or push us into not expressing our opinions. Of course, well-informed opinions and views, and not anything else.
Except people are waiting the first time you see you lash on Sarkodie.
I mean, I've lashed out on Sarkodie before. I
remember, yes, when he was promoting Sakawa songs.
Exactly, I think it was with Shatta Wale. And I mean, I spoke about it, about the fact that, listen, why are we promoting some of these things in our songs?
Right,
so
and all that.
Basically, that's it. So,
and I'm honored. Thank you very much. I'm say, after Mati DNT, I'm on focus on Yanko Pombo watch. Obia Benyane time. Because to be on BTM Africa, this is a platform that has, churn out some of the most amazing creative that we've seen in the industry right now. They owe it to this platform. And so to be here, it means I earn it, bro. Rate card no be the same. You than me, we no be paid. I'm on BTM, man.
Guys, David Germain Portfolio, my guest. Thank you very much for watching. Big shouts to my guys. And funny enough, I was surprised to see that now all of them are wearing glasses. From Nana to Tu to...
I said, my position was say we are serious in life.
To Bellucci. I'm surprised that they are all wearing glasses now. I don't know. But it's all good. And then, of course, big shouts to the Heights Lounge for actually hosting us here. The only things are on my drinks, but after this, we will go and take it.
Necessary.
Thank you very much for watching. Drop your comments and, of course, watch out for the next interview on this same channel, BTM Africa, on Facebook, Instagram, X. Connect with us. If you're a creative, you want to be on this show, talk to us. Just send us an email, info@nydjlive.com. You definitely respond and then take it from there. Once again, thank you for watching and catch you next week on the same channel.